Hey, what's going on, man? Figured I would try this again. All right. How's the sound and everything? I need to come up with a way to test it before I actually go live. Yeah, stalking. All right. Does everything look okay on your end, Mom? Be alert. Yeah. Always be alert. Sounds good. Uh, the question, I can't seem to adjust it the way that I can when I'm on mobile. Uh, hmm. Is it in the way? Like I don't see it on my screen. Hey, what's going on, Nug? How you doing, buddy? Did you get all the parts for your car? Did you get all that stuff lined out? Heck yeah. Hey, hey, how's it going, Bill? Nice to see you in here. Hmm. I'm looking a little rough today. I've been kind of taking it easy, working on travel plans. Oh, you got the tank and the fuel pump in, but no starter. Man, hopefully it'll be here soon, or it'll be there soon. That's crappy. Man, how much is that going to cost? Magandang umaga sa'yo. 100. I mean, overall, that's not too bad. I mean, it can get pretty expensive. Hopefully, it gets there tomorrow, Bubba. Bell, I think that's the first time you've heard me speak Tagalog. Okay, need some work. Are you laughing? Is that why you're not responding? That's a water pump, timing belt, and and the tensioner. Yeah, that's really good. Well, yeah. So on a mabuti naman on a time scale, once you have all the parts, how long do you think it's going to take you to get everything lined out? It's for me, it's still difficult to switch between uh, English and Tagalog. Maybe a day or two. Yeah, hopefully you get in it and you don't you've got everything ready to go. I know I understand more Tagalog uh, reading and hearing than actually speaking. I don't have a lot of practice in conversation. Uh, I mean, it's a konti lang, a little bit. I'm not very confident with it just yet. I need someone to help. I need a partner to speak with. Hey Belle, masaya ka ba? Nagayang. Mom, I think I'm getting a little congested. I hope I'm not coming down with whatever it is you got. Oh, and I don't have any sponsors or anything like that. But I stopped by McDonald's today and I got one of these strawberry refreshers. They're good. Uh, if you guys stop by there, I highly recommend it. It's strawberry watermelon. I think the crankshaft pulley may be out of balance, but I can't find one for sale anywhere. Not on Amazon, eBay, online, nowhere. Uh, I don't know if they have them up there in Colorado, bud, but down here we have pick and pull places. They have cars lined up, and you can go out into like these organized junkyards and pull your own parts right out of the car if they have them available. Uh, a lot of times when I need something, I think the last time I went, I had broke the latch on the back of mom's truck. I took it to a mud festival a few years ago, and I went over there and I found the latch right there in the junkyard. I brought my tools and pulled it off, took it home, worked like a charm, and it only cost me, man, $2 or $3 for the part. I had to go out there and pull it myself. I mean, it worked. It worked out really well. Yeah, I mean, it'd be worth checking in. It's a little bit of work, but you end up getting getting your parts significantly cheaper than ordering them or going to the parts store. Uh, I think the most extensive thing, yeah, my Dakota, the one I just sold had a 4 cylinder. Um, the one I'm driving now has a 6 cylinder, and I really, really miss my my 4 cylinder as far as gas is concerned. I'm driving my brother's truck until I leave for Cambodia at the moment. Hi, Belle. Masaya ka ba, Belle? Today, how's your mood? Yeah, 40 miles per gallon is good. I could fill my Dakota up even with gas prices as high as they are now. I drove a lot when I worked. Um, I did a lot of driving between clients, but I could run my truck on $25 a week if I didn't do a lot of extra running. I would fill it up typically Saturday to Saturday, $20, and it would run me all week. I loved it. All right, I'm gonna stop speaking Tagalog now because Belle's laughing at me. Walang Tagalog, and I'm really raspy right now. 30. That's still good. Mom's heard me speak a little bit. Uh, she usually says something like, "Whatever you say," or "Bless you." She doesn't understand. When we were riding home from Springfield the other day, I started singing some of the songs that I'm learning in Tagalog. You know, like "Anak" and "Banal ng Aso," and uh, she was, I don't know, a little annoyed, you know, just because she didn't understand them. But I think once I broke down, particularly "Anak," like the words, she kind of appreciated it more. "Banal ng Aso" just annoyed her anyway. The laugh in the beginning of it. Yeah. Ah, mom's learning some Tagalog. Oh, I'm rubbing off on her. Hindi ko alam ito, mom. I didn't know. I didn't know you knew it. Oh man, while we were at the Springfield convention, uh, I I met uh, a man and his wife, and the wife happened to be from the Philippines. The man was a veteran, and she had mentioned she was from the Philippines. I stopped to talk to her husband, uh, and when she identified as Filipino, I simply looked at her and said "Magandang gabi," and she absolutely lost it. That's all I said. Uh, I worked in a few more words in the conversation. Where did you learn Tagalog? Where did you learn those words? I said, no, no, what did I say? Konti lang talaga. And she, like, I don't know, I was her best friend. She had me dragging me around by the arm. It was crazy. She wanted to introduce me to her friend in the Philippines. Apparently, she owns or she runs a school there. Yeah, she runs a school there, and she thought that her friend, who's also single, could help me get a job in the Philippines and just move to the Philippines and forget Cambodia altogether. Life, I'm gonna start working on that this week. Uh, I have uh, I have a lot more free time right now. I'm working on getting my tickets, and uh, once I have my tickets, Once I have my ticket set up, I will be able to get my visa. I will be able to get accommodation in Cambodia. Um, and yeah, so right now I have to focus on that, but I am going to start working on some basic phrases. Um, I've heard a few. I'm gonna teach myself the same way I did Tagalog with basic phrases. I'm also gonna learn some that I would be able to use inside of a classroom. I think that would be helpful. Um, But yeah, there's not a lot of resources on learning Khmer. There's a little bit on YouTube. One thing I know, Miss Mary knows double negatives. Yeah. One thing I do know is when you actually are on the ground in Cambodia, there are uh, they have they have communities. Almost anything you could think of that you would want to do, they have a community for it. Groups of people that get together, and one of those things that's really big is language exchanges. Um, and I'm hoping to get into a Khmer language exchange group and a Tagalog language exchange group. Filipinos make up about, if I remember right, it's something like 7% of the population in Cambodia. Most of the nurses are are Filipinos. So I figure if I go to Cambodia and I want to meet my Filipina asawa, I will just hang out near hospitals. Um, I'll go to hospitals and sit on benches and wait on pretty nurses to come out and for their lunch break. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. And hopefully they have the same reaction as the Filipino lady from Springfield. If I see someone, I'm just going to say, "Hey, magandang umaga, kumusta ka?" And then she'll just go gaga. Have you guys eaten breakfast, dinner, respectively? Good times, yeah. I'll have to live stream it. No, that'll be. Uh, I'll make that live stream in a separate playlist just for the folks that are close to me. I'm gonna sit in front of the hospital and try to pick up Filipina nurses. Soup and watermelon. That's healthy. I need some good watermelon. I haven't had good watermelon in years. Every one I've had in the last few years, there hasn't really been a taste to it. Um, the last one I had, it kind of tasted like grass, like wet grass. It was very, very disappointing. It looked really, really good, and then it wasn't. Hey, Belle, are you still here? I just had a question. So, what are some things, given that you already live in Southeast Asia? What are some things that you think are going to be hard for me to get used to as a foreigner? Cambodia's pretty hot, like the Philippines. The culture's very, very similar. So, in your opinion, what and we've talked for a while in your chats. So, what do you think is going to be difficult for me? Oh, I know you know, but and I agree with you. Food's going to be one of the hardest things. I'm working on that. I have a recipe for some fried chicken that it's going to be spicy chicken, and the way that I have it set out, it's going to be really, really good. I'm hoping. Um, from what I understand, the chicken there is a little more gamey than what our chicken is here. It's got a richer chickeny flavor. I guess that's the only word that I can remember from the description. But there's no, no, that's not going to be my weakness. I don't know. I don't know that I want to become involved with a Kamar woman. Their their ideas of dating and marriage are a lot different than what I'm used to, even compared to Filipinos. It's it's a different mindset, and it seems to be based really, really heavily on somebody's financial situation. Um, I mean, it is to a degree, in yeah, yeah, but this goes beyond what we would consider old fashioned. I mean, it's there may be some things I'm not understanding about it, and I don't want to rush into to anything. I need to. The first thing I'm going to do when I get there is work on myself. I'm going to get my training down, and I'm going to start hitting the gym some more, get myself in shape again, uh, work on eating. I'm not going to worry about dating at all for the first few months. Um, but and maybe in that time I'll learn something new or different about it. You'd have to look into it, Mom. Like I've done a little research on it, and it's it's a whole different world. And then it varies too, because like in the places where I'm going, Phnom Penh is like that. But there's you had to have, huh? Back in the day, you had to have chest. You mean the women? Uh, but anyway, up north, monies. Oh, I got you. Um, Up north, there's a tribe where the people build these love shacks, and the fathers and the sons, they build them for the daughters when they reach a certain age. I've had very varying opinions, or varying the vlogs that I've watched and the stuff that I've read. The information is varied. So some say 16, some say 18, but at any rate, when they turn the age that they're considered women in that tribe, the family builds them a hut, and then they're allowed to pretty much do whatever they want within reason inside of uh, that love hut until they find the person that they want to marry, and then that love hut becomes the beginning of their their home. It's where they start raising their family, and no worries. So it's a wild dating culture there. I don't know that I'd want to get involved. So what's everybody doing? Yeah, no worries, not no worries, buddy. Hey, don't forget to hit the like, guys. I know Mom has some trouble finding the like button sometimes. No, it won't. And that's really annoying that it won't play in the background, because it's nice to be able to listen to it and do other things, or it would be nice. But then when you put it on the TV, it's harder to interact with the chat. Uh, a good compromise is a laptop, but Set up a debit card. You know where the like button is now, Mom? I'm just picking on you. Mm. But yeah, I posted an update video last night, but I've come a long way as far as progressing towards, going to Cambodia. Good deal. Um, I don't know. I've researched a lot, and just a few more loose ends that I have to tie up, and we'll be headed east. A friend of mine and his wife do travel agency type stuff. Yeah, I'm shooting for July 11th, but I've also looked at flights as early as July 9th. Um, so once I settle, it'll be in the 9th to 11th range. I've also looked at flights as far out as the 12th and 13th. I'm trying to find not only the best deals, but most people complain about the layovers, but I wouldn't mind having a few hours, break in that. I could fly for 8 hours and then go sit down somewhere on the ground. That would be pretty ideal. There's also certain places I don't really want to go, uh, that I'd like to try to avoid on at least having long layovers. So I'm trying to get the timing of the flight right. I also don't know what the best way to go about, because I've never flown before. That's going to be a first for me. So I want to incorporate that journey in the channel, but I don't know where I can film, versus where I can live stream the all that stuff. I'm gonna have to learn and kind of play by ear, but I want to share as much of it as I can with the people that have been watching me. Actually, you and Mom are on the same page. She looked at she was looking at cruises, and the cruise is a cheaper option, but it can take anywhere from, I think it was 15 to 50 days to get to Cambodia, depending on the cruise and the stops that they make. I I don't have that kind of time, but that would be a really cool way to get there. The cruises were between $200 and $500. It's just, if I had more time, I need to get to Cambodia with at least 5 or 6 days of time to adjust. I'm figuring 2 days for jet lag, and yeah, I'm figuring 2 days for jet lag, and then the rest of the time figuring out where the markets are, how to exchange money, getting the kind of groundwork laid in. Yeah, but the big Asian countries are the same. They're well, I don't know. We didn't look at flying to like Japan. We were looking at places that were closer to Cambodia. But you're right. It may. Hmm. I'll have to look into that. That's a good idea, Nug. If I could get there by boat within a week, That would be ideal, and then fly from wherever the port's at to Cambodia might end up being cheaper. Right now, the plane tickets are, depending on the day, it fluctuates a lot, but it's they're starting at about $700, and they go up into the thousands depending on the options that you take. Of course, I'm gonna try to do it as modestly as possible, mostly because there's way too many variables once I get on that side of the world to be very free. If you get a travel card with points, you can get business flights for points plus taxes. Oh, I've never done the credit card thing. I always pay. I either finance or I pay cash outright. Um, so being that I'm about a month away, it might be a little too late to start generating points like that. Yeah, but I'll consider that once I'm over there because I'm going to be traveling a lot more there. Um, Cambodia is pretty central to most places you would want to see in Southeast Asia. It's a bus ride from Ho Chi Minh City, uh, Laos. There's places all over in Cambodia, and then a ticket to the Philippines is less than $100. Um, you can fly into Manila for 70-80 bucks, and then flights domestically inside the Philippines are cheaper than that, going to the different parts of the country. So I imagine, once I get established and start progressing there, I would start racking up some travel miles, some points. I'm looking at starting out as a teacher. I have experience here in the States, um, but as a new teacher in Cambodia, I'm looking at making between 1,200 and $1,500 a month starting out, which to us on this side of the ocean doesn't sound like a lot, but there you only need between 600 and 800 a month to live on, rent, groceries, things like that. So you stand to save what, let's say on the high end 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You stand to be able to save at least $400 a month just put back. That's after your expenses. You can't do that here. Like my bills, you know, I might be lucky to save $100 at the end of the week. I would have gotten a hotel company card that can have the points converted to air miles. Nice. That would have been nice. But anyway, the I can't put back that kind of money here in the States. Food is expensive, fuel is expensive, housing, insurance. Like it's even making right now, I probably make double, almost triple that, or I did, and with the expenses, you can't put back near as much, even making less inside the country there. Um, and if I do things right, if the YouTube takes off and I get some experience and I can start working in places and demand a higher pay, given time, it's it's just going to get better, provided that I live within my means. Like I said, I haven't traveled much, so I've got to figure out how the points and air miles and all that stuff works. There's going to be a lot of new things on this journey that I'm going to be learning. I'm excited for it. It seems like the more research I do, the more I realize I'm going to have to learn. Grounded life. Is that okay? I'll check it out. Grounded life. I'll definitely check it out. Are they are they specific? Like, will they be specific about traveling to Philippines or Cambodia or Vietnam, or is it just kind of a general travel channel? All travel. Nice. Hmm. Oh, huh. Somebody changed all the settings on my camera. I'll definitely check them out. There it goes. Something happened in the auto tracking feature was turned off, and my colors are off on my camera too. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, fail. Yeah, I'll have to go in and set it. It looks. uh I don't. Yeah, I don't think I've heard. I've watched a lot of travel channels. Right now, I'm kind of binging Mahoney Travels. He's been in Cambodia for a while. I would really like for him to be my mentor once I'm on the ground there. Um, he's I don't know. I really resonate with him. His decision for going, the reasoning behind it, it it seems to line up pretty well with some of mine. Um, Patty Doyle. I haven't heard of that one either. Hey, thanks for coming in, guys. He's in Thailand, but takes his motorcycle everywhere. Well, if he's in Thailand and he rides a motorcycle, that I'm sure he's probably visited Cambodia and Vietnam. I mean, I don't know if he's into like long trips, but a lot of a lot of expats over there take rides like that. He has, yeah. I figured. I want to once I get acclimated to driving over there, I want to take the trip, very long trips. Yeah. Once I get acclimated there, I want to take the trip between Phnom Penh and Siem Reap. That I want that to be one of my first long trips. Driving by myself. I don't know if I'll take a motorcycle, but a car or maybe I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about buying a tuk tuk eventually because I don't know how comfortable I would be with a motorcycle, and it's a good compromise between a motorcycle and a car. I think maybe something similar. Um, but for scooters and vehicles like that, you can find them less than $1,000 used pre-owned, and they can vary to up to 2,000. So we'll just have to see. First thing is to get established. I'll be relying on public transportation for a while, I imagine. Yeah, yeah. I've always wanted a K truck. I forgot about those. Um, I didn't even think about them having them there, but that would be amazing. Having a little K truck or a K car to drive around there. The Philippines is putting a restriction on them. That's why I stopped looking into them. Because I eventually want to be there. But the K cars, you can do some really cool things with those, and they're easy to work on. They're just basic. There's a channel I used to watch, and that's all he does is he imports K cars to the states, and then he tricks them out. He gives them paint jobs and soups them up. Uh, adds after a lot of aftermarket stuff. Yeah, mom, you can. The way it works is in the beginning your American license is sufficient. That's why I went and got mine renewed today. Um, I wanted to make sure that I had that covered. But eventually, you have to get uh, a license to drive in Cambodia, and all you do if your driver's license is up to date, then you just have to fill out a form, and you can get one that kind of as the way I understand it, it kind of attaches to your American license, and it basically just grants you permission to drive there. Um, yeah, an international license. Maybe I don't know. I have to check into that. I didn't know that you could get an international license. I thought it had to be based on the country. Yeah, they sell them in the Philippines, but oh, I forget whatever the Philippines version of the Department of Transportation has recommended that people not buy them for whatever reason, and they're really hard to get legal there now. I'm gonna have to check into that international license. That may be better off. That I may be better off doing that than getting the Cambodian one if it just works everywhere. Yeah, I forget the reason. It's been a long time since I was reading about it. Uh, I forget the reason that they want to outlaw 'em. The international license? Mhm. What are the steps to acquiring an international license, and what can I use that for?
Let me double check those details for you. To get an international drive to get an i- to get an international driving permit, you can apply online or in person through an authorized organization like the American Automobile Association or the American Automobile Touring Alliance. You'll need to submit a completed application, provide 2 passport photos, and show your valid driver's license. Keep in mind that it's physically printed and mailed, so you'll want to allow some time for processing. As for what you can use it for, it allows you to drive legally in foreign countries by translating your license information into different languages. You should always carry it along with your regular driver's license.
Is it good for driving in Cambodia specifically?
Information can vary, but generally, while some visitors manage with their home license, it's highly recommended to have an international driving permit in Cambodia to ensure you're covered for rentals and any interactions with local authorities. Keep in mind that traffic conditions can be quite different from what you might be used to, so it's always a good idea to research local driving customs before hitting the road.
What's the cost of an international driver's license?
The standard permit fee for an international driving permit is $20 US. Keep in mind there might be additional fees for things like passport photos or shipping if you apply online or by mail.
Well, that's not a bad idea. If it, I mean, it's only $20, and if it allows me to drive there once I'm comfortable, I can just take off with the license. Uh, hmm. Yeah, super easy. Usually things like that are not that easy. I'm kind of wondering what the catch is, honestly. Yeah, yeah, you'd have to get them before you left, mom. Uh, I don't know. I'd have to look up where I could do it locally, but for $20, I've still got a month. That's plenty of time for it to come in the mail. When is your expected trip to the Philippines, Nug? Do you have a timeline? Oh, I thought. Okay, so you're talking about moving. I thought when I spoke to you before, and in Rudy's live, I thought you were saying that you were just going to visit it first in South America. Yeah. There's lots of beautiful places in the world to to visit. Uh, that's why you had the mindset for, taking a cruise and then taking a plane to finish the trip out. I don't know, that might be a good option for me though. I'm gonna seriously consider it. See if the timing works out. Vacations to go. All right, I'll look into it. Can you plan like the whole deal on there? Cruise plan. Okay. Can you plan the whole deal on there, or just the cruise section? Like, to would I have to plan out the travel the plane leg of the travel independently? Either one. I'm just curious if it's like a package deal or if it's just the cruise. And then also maybe how do you work out like how do you work out taking a cruise to a foreign country and then just getting off the cruise? Uh, normally they want you back on the cruise to return, or at least I'm under that impression. They're cool with you just disembarking in a random Asian country, never to be seen again. Oh, it's a one-way trip to begin with. Okay, all right, all right, nice. Yeah, yeah, I got you. That might be pretty cool. Does it have like the same kind of amenities that you would have for a normal round trip cruise, or is it a little more kind of cut and dry, minimalist? Finding an import, yeah. Yeah, if the timing works out, definitely. My house hopefully will be situated by July 1st. I have a tenant that's moving in, so I have 2 weeks to get everything sold and reorganized out of the way for these people to move in. After that, I'm just going to be kind of biding my time. So, you know, maybe. Let's see. How long does it typically take to reach Southeast Asia by boat?
Travel time by boat to Southeast Asia really depends on where you're starting from. For example, a journey from the west coast of the United States might take between 18 to 25 days, while a trip from Europe could take anywhere from 25 to over 30 days, depending on the specific route and conditions. Factors like vessel speed, weather, and port congestion can also affect the total duration. Is there a specific starting point you had in mind?
The United States.
From the West Coast, like Los Angeles, a cargo ship journey to Southeast Asia might take around 18 to 25 days. If you're departing from the East Coast, the trip will be longer because the vessel would need to pass through the Panama Canal, potentially adding a week or more to the travel time. Are you planning on shipping goods or considering freighter travel?
No, considering travel by cruise ship.
Traveling to Southeast Asia by cruise ship is a wonderful way to go, though the duration varies quite a bit. Most trans Pacific cruises that cross the ocean to reach Asia or Australia can take anywhere from 14 to over 30 days, depending on whether it's a direct route or includes multiple stops at islands and other countries along the way. Often these are repositioning cruises that happen seasonally or part of larger world cruises. Have you considered a particular time of year for your travel?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it may be a little bit too late for that one. Um, at bare minimum, 2 weeks. 2 weeks to a month. I think, yeah, yeah, because the school starts on the 19th, and I need to get to to Phnom Penh at least, like I said, 6 days earlier, so that I can kind of get acclimated and learn my surroundings. You know, maybe have some time to meet a few people, and yeah, it's gonna have to be quicker. I wish I would have thought about that earlier. I could have adjusted my schedule a little bit. Yeah. Where were you at, Doug, when I started planning this? Some of my yeah, yeah. I'm gonna, like I said, I've got one person who's a travel agent looking into it, and then we're looking into it also, and I'm gonna see what I can come up with as far as the best rate. But I was also thinking about taking a flight to Ho Chi Minh City, for instance, which is just a few hours bus ride from Phnom Penh, and you can take a night bus from there. Yeah, I'm in Missouri. So St. Louis and Memphis are the two closest, followed by um, probably Dallas and Chicago as far as international airports. But yeah, you can land in Ho Chi Minh City and take a bus from there to Phnom Penh in a few hours, a night bus, and yeah, and that would give me time to sleep and recuperate on my way there. If I leave, say I leave on the 9th, I can be there by the 10th or 11th, and I can take that bus and just sleep on the ground, get acclimated. Um, Mom's a little worried about taking that trip, the bus leg of that trip. She's a little worried about it, but I can see the potential benefit in it. Yeah, I mean, you have bad actors wherever you go, but I don't know. I don't know if I can comment. Um, I haven't been there. I haven't experienced it. It's the same thing with the Philippines. I mean, I feel like I know, but I know I don't know. And same goes for Cambodia. Just because I've done the research and watched the videos, I'm gonna have to get there to know for sure. But I hope you're right, Nug. I think here in the West we're missing a lot. Here in the West we're missing a lot of things that used to be really important, and I think a lot of places in Southeast Asia still hold on to those things. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is expensive. We're we found that out after our searches today. But I mean, I'm kind of looking at it like an investment. I'm spending the money to get there. I'm spending the money to learn and to receive the certification. Southeast. How you do today, Mr. Wayne? I know mom's gonna worry. That's a big factor as to why I'm starting the channel. That way they can see what I'm doing. It's out there for anybody that wants to see it, but that way they can see what I'm doing. Uh, mm, uh, I just went past Rolla the other day. We took a trip over to Springfield for our VFW convention. We have an annual convention every year, and yeah, it's really pretty country over there when you get up in the hills. Um, I've only been to KC a couple of times. I've been through there. I've never stopped. I try to steer clear of bigger cities if I can help it. An air tag. No, I'm gonna join the. I'm gonna break down and join the Life 360. That way you can see. I'm assuming it's gonna work on a global scale, but I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, Kansas City's pretty big, a pretty big hub for FedEx. Went to what in Gannering? They did have School of Instruction in Kansas City. Mom's the traveler. Like she goes all over the place for the VFW. Um, there's always somewhere to go or something to do throughout the year. And as the president of the auxiliary, she stays pretty busy with it. Raleigh Engineering. So where are you from now, Wayne? Did you the way you're speaking is kind of like you used to live there. Did you move off somewhere? How long have you been out of engineering school? Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, are you there in Manila for work since 1980? Well, magandang umaga sa iyo, sir. Nice. That's my plan. I would like to retire in the Philippines, but the gateway, the entry point is Cambodia, and there's a lot of need there. There's a lot of need, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get there and fulfill it before I get to retirement age. I know you're not, Nug. All right, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Uh, let's see. I'm gonna add. I'm gonna work out a way to for my subscribers to contact me. I'm gonna set up a new email or perhaps a creators page on Facebook. I don't know what the best way to do it is, but I'm gonna be a little more available hopefully soon to people that just want to reach out to give advice like you're offering, Wayne. Uh, I appreciate any help like that anybody can provide at this point. Uh, it's a lot of variables. No, there's a few we're looking at, but and there's zero direct flights. Bare minimum, there's two layovers. One layover inside the states typically, and then one in well other parts of Asia usually, or Dubai. There's layovers the in Dubai. Are you uh, are you overall happy with the choice that you made? I'm at the beginning of the journey that you took all those years ago. Yeah. Uh, did you did you marry did you marry local? Are you married? Or did you have a wife that came with you from the states? How did that work? Because I'm coming. I'm single, so I don't know. Now back to your comment about the flights out of St. Louis. I'm sitting here thinking about it. Most of the time, uh, the flights that I saw, they connected, like I said, into to some larger airport. Dallas. Some went to up towards Canada, Chicago. So yeah, there's always a connecting flight in the States. Putting in databases. Nice. I am well. I actually have two trades. I'm a behavior therapist by trade, and in a former life I was a welder. These are the two main skills that I'm bringing with me. I'm assuming there's going to be no more need for the behavior therapist and in the teaching aspect, but that's the major skill sets that I'm going to be bringing with me. LAX. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I haven't got that set in stone yet, uh, but I'll definitely keep that in mind. Do you travel back and forth often? Hey, mom, take a screenshot of that on your end. That way we have it when we pick up our search tomorrow. Travel around the world once a year.
Hi.
Hey.
Didn't want to scare you, even though I'm telling you.
Yeah, you did a little bit. I don't know if you're on the computer, mom, or if you're on your phone. But if you're on your phone, you just push the down on the volume and the button that you use to close the screen out. On your computer, you should be able to just uh, right click, and you should have the option there in Tools to screenshot. I'm not sure what the shortcut on your computer is to screenshot. In Eastern Europe. Nice. Man, that's really cool. Sweet. Thanks, mom. I figure at first I'm probably gonna just hunker down in Phnom Penh and kind of acclimate a little bit, and then I'll slowly spread out. Actually, I was looking into a journey that I could take on a long weekend in Cambodia. So they have a lot of holidays there, and some of them are 3 days to a week long. They're paid holidays. But I could take. There's no direct train from Cambodia or from Phnom Penh to Siem Reap, but you can take it about halfway up, and there's this little town. I can't remember the name. It starts with a P, but you can get off there and just kind of crash and explore the general area, and then you can take a bus on back to Siem Reap, uh, and then a plane or a bus back to Phnom Penh. And I'm thinking it would make it not only would it be a good experience, but it would make good content for the channel. It would be a weekend of seeing a big portion of Cambodia through the eyes of a traveler. And I was looking into the route, and everything seems, I don't know, it seems really nice. It's fairly cheap to take the route. With the train ride was 15-20 bucks, and then a hotel room in that little town for a night, and then there's another bus ride for 20 or 30 bucks to Siem Reap, and then 15-20 buck ride back from Siem Reap to Phnom Penh. And it's just a big circle through Cambodia. I think I'm gonna take that once I get out of school and I have a little bit of free time. That'll probably be one of my first trips. Yeah. Uh, Persat, opportunity Persat. What do you mean, Wayne? Hey, how's it going, Miss Ruba? How you doing? Are you gonna hang out with us for more than a couple of minutes? uh, I would like you, while I have the opportunity, ma'am, to meet my friend Nug, Mr. Wayne, and my mom. The Mary in the chat is my mom. No. So the way it's going to work for me is I'm going to land in Cambodia and take my tesol, or I'm going to get my tesol certification there. I've already contacted the school. I've paid the. Yep, Mr. Nug. I've paid the first part of the tuition, and for whatever reason, they only wanted me to pay the down payment, so I have to wait until I think it's within 14 days of the time the school starts, and then I can pay the remainder. I will take my classes there. It'll be about a month of all the classes before I get certified. Once I'm certified, I'll go into a job placement program, and they will place me in my first job, and I'll sign a 6, 8, or year-long contract with that first job to get the experience. After that, I can spread out a little bit. I'm wanting to get into Siem Reap and teach. That would be ideal. Either that or the behavior therapy clinics in Phnom Penh. I would really like to get back into the ABA field. It's really small. You going to work soon? Well, you can just watch me while you're at work, and all of your buddies there at the hospital can get jealous because you have the handsome foreigner talking to you. You can add filters to my video if you want to make me an actual handsome foreigner. Ruba is from Indonesia, by the way. Great minds think alike. Add the filters. I'm looking rough today. I've been focusing on figuring out travel plans. I haven't even ran a brush through my hair, and I stayed up till God 2:30, 3 o'clock editing last night. So I'm running on very, very little sleep. Yes, she is, Nug. Nah, I need some laundry in my life to hide behind. You know, I'm gonna break the camera if I keep sitting in front of it like this. When you go into her lives, guys, most of the time she's got laundry going, and it's just hanging everywhere. So you're in this laundromat maze in her apartment, and she's got you hiding behind shirts and just whatnot that's hanging around drying. What you gonna watch, Bo? Yeah, I'm probably not gonna let the live stream go super long like I have been. I'll probably go. What time is it? 9:31. I don't know. Somewhere around 10ish, and then I'll shut it down. Am I pretty? Oh, thank you, darling. Epic, epic, epic. The musical? I think I remember Epic. It's the same one I'm thinking about. Are you talking about the one that retells the story of the Odyssey on YouTube? I think it's really big right now. Odysseus and the Lotus Eaters and all that. Miniature. I don't know. I've got a couple. What time do you have to be at work, Ruba? Actually, what do you prefer being called in here? Do you have Nay and Ruba, or do you just want Nay Ruba? Yeah. Be careful about going back watching older movies. A lot of I've tried to get nostalgic and watch older stuff, and I end up being disappointed more than not. Maybe 10 more minutes. Just call you Nay. Well, it's nice to be on this side of it. At least you're not using me as a mirror for your skincare this evening. Usually that's all she does. She comes on and she does her skincare, and she picks on me for a while, and then she just ends it abruptly without much warning. I will call you Nay. Watch me, Nay Nay. Hey, watch me, Nay Nay. So the question for this live is, what are some tips you can give me? You know, what are some tips that you have to help me on my adventure when I'm coming to Southeast Asia? Um, obviously there's the heat and there's the different kinds of food, but as a as a local to Southeast Asia, what do you think is going to be a struggle for me? What's going to be some of the biggest what's going to be some of the biggest challenges you think as a foreigner? Oh, you're good. Hey, this is Jody, guys. Want to say hi?
Hi.
She already walked off. She does a lot of the background work here at the VFW. She cleans. She does a lot of office work. Um, she's very very, I don't know, very very crucial to this place running. Oh, hey, what's going on, buddy? No, there wasn't too many people, man. I I know you guys don't ever bother me over there. Look who it is, Mom. Haven't seen this boy in, man, I don't know how long. He just pops up in my life one day. Yeah, no, you guys don't bother me over there. Uh, about to get some new neighbors though. As of July 1st, I'll have some people renting my house, and I'm gonna be getting ready to leave. So how you been, Mr. Marshall? They've been missing you in the kitchen. Yes, sir. Very, very soon. In July. Uh, no, ordinary e-visa. That's the one that's going to transfer to the work visa the most efficiently. I'll extend it for 6 months at first, probably, and see if the job. Usually, the jobs will offer to sponsor your visa once you have the certification and you're hired in. From my understanding. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm gonna get it. A lot of people wait until they arrive, but I'm gonna get it beforehand. As soon as I have my ticket in hand and the destination or the departure set in stone, I will be applying for the visa before I leave the country. That way there's no, chance to get hung up with immigration there on the ground. Or if the the people that work in the office of the airport are having a bad day, I don't have to worry about dealing with that. I just show it and move on about my day. The ideal situation for me, though, I'm going to teach in the schools, and and that's going to be great experience. What I would like to do is to be able to work with the NGOs. So I didn't expect this channel to get 100 subscribers, much less the 101 or 102 that it's setting at now, and I never expected so many views. But if it does take off and start producing, some income, what I would like to do is to be able to work with NGOs there in Cambodia, and to be able to give back to them, and because I feel like that's where that's where the most need is. So the TEFL and getting a job at these international schools hopefully is a gateway to be able to do something like that. I've watched quite a few of the local NGOs there, and the stuff that they struggle with, and the people that are involved just seem so passionate, and that's what I want. I mean, at the end of the day, what I want is to help people, and if that's where I can be the most use, then that's where I want to be. I know that was kind of uncalled for, but there's some people in here that haven't really heard my reasonings, my thought process. Mom's heard it a million times. Nug's probably heard it about half that. My big thing, Wayne, is my big thing is the financial deal. So the way I'm going to set up my finances, I'm going to keep my bank account here at the in the US, and I'm going to get a Wise account as an intermediary between here and there. And then once I qualify for a bank account there, I'll open a bank account at ABA or Canada Bank, or I don't know. I'll have to check out the different banks, but and use Wise as like a intermediary, because I'll have a little bit of money. I just want to live cheaply, and have a better life. I've never really cared about luxury, man. My home right now is 600 square feet, and it's on about a little more than a quarter acre. I had a decent pickup truck, and ATV, just nothing super extravagant. I've had freedom is luxury, yes sir. I don't know. I just simplicity, peace. I just turned 40, and I want peace. And the society is not built to give people peace here. You're always in chaos. You're chasing a bill. It's just a never-ending cycle. Yeah, frugal is freedom. But I don't know about the rest of Southeast Asia, Philippines to a degree with what I've researched, but you know, people don't typically live to work themselves to death. They care about family. They care about important things. Yeah, you have to work to make a living. Um, the Bible says a man that doesn't work doesn't eat. But man, it's it's out of balance here. It has been for a very long time. Mom, we were talking about the other day, everybody used to have a garden. Everybody used to have a way to supplement their needs apart from their job. The having money coming into your house is important, but you got to do other things. I've worked tirelessly for, man, when did I start working? When I was 15, 16. I just turned 40. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I've started the process. I have the Wise app, and I have to. This is my first week off, my first full week off of work, so I'm trying to do lots of things. But tomorrow, I'm going to attach my bank account to it, and I'm going to stash a portion of the money that I'm bringing to Cambodia in the Wise account. That way, I have it readily available. And I'm assuming I'll get a card with it, so I can use it there at the ATMs. I don't know, I've never used it before, so it's going to be another thing to learn too. But yeah, I'm going to start that process for sure, probably tomorrow. I'll look into Remitly. I've heard about it, but Wise was the one. Everything that I read, um, everything came back to Wise. Almost 100% of the time. Yeah, my bank, I think, will allow me to use, as long as I use certain ATMs. I won't get fees, but I also have PayPal for, like, if my family needs to send money or I'm going to send something back to pay a bill. That's going to be an option that I'm going to use. And then, like you said, Western Union, if all that fails. But yeah, I don't plan on using ATMs unless I absolutely have to. I think there's a little room with the Wise account because it's set up for international, but my actual bank debit card, I'm gonna try not to. Yeah, yeah, I've put a lot of effort into building this channel, and like I said, getting all my preparations. So I'm tired. I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish up the live today, and I'm gonna take a little break. I'll obviously be still doing my planning, but I'm just gonna let the channel sit for a day or two, and kind of hope for the best. According to everything that I've looked up, the channel's in a great position at the moment. Yeah, relax. It's a lot of work, man. The back end to this, like just sitting in front of the camera and talking, that's a small portion of it. Like, it's hours of editing and research to set up how to build thumbnails, how to edit, how to word titles and descriptions. Like, it's there's a lot of back end work to actually doing a YouTube. A lot that I didn't realize when I first decided to take it on. I mean, it's getting easier. I've spent this last, I don't know, I started uploading seriously about the 1st of June. So this last few weeks, I've spent really digging into it. And hey, I may want to visit Indonesia, but I may need a host. Where can I find a host? Road trip to Indonesia, Mom. That's going to be a very wet road. Yeah, I think you're right. People want raw, not professional. Well, that's what they got because I don't have any choice but to be raw. uh, I'm trying to clean up the channel as much as I can and make it look nice for people that visit. I don't know how it is overall, but it's my own thing. Everything on there I've made with my own two hands, for lack of a better way to phrase it. So whatever it does, it's just me. At the moment, no. I want to stay. I want to stay within a few miles of the school. Um, but as far as a particular location, I have to get the ticket before I can, and the visa before I can figure out accommodation. Um, Once I know, when I'm going to arrive there, then I can set all that up. But it'll be for the first month or so. It'll be a hotel, pretty close to the school, and then after that, it'll be I'll find a place to rent, uh, to be determined by where I'm going to work at. I'm looking between the $200 and $300 a month range. Maybe going down to 180, depending. So I'm not looking to live, luxuriously, just enough. As long as I have, a comfortable place to lay my head at night, a quiet place to study, and uh, cold air for while I'm acclimating to the temperature there, then that's all I need. And a place to cook. Thanks, Mom. Are you talking to Nug or are you talking to me, Nay? Wait, why are you telling him to come? You're not even there. You're gonna have him come, and then there's just nobody home. She is not in Indonesia right now, guys. It's a trap. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it at about 10 o'clock, which is about 8 minutes. Make it a nice round number. Makes it easier to edit when it's not crazy. The timing's not crazy. If I'm gonna add music or what, make clips. And I figured out about the timer. You have to turn that on this particular laptop. It wasn't visible last time. Yeah, yeah. I'm planning on trying to run it efficiently. I'm going to use it, maybe try to use a a fan or go out to cool places during the day, and at night turn it on for 2 or 3 hours, let it cool the sleeping area down, and maybe surviving with a fan to keep the room cool the rest of the night. That's the ideal situation. Whether or not that happens, we'll see. Um, but I know electricity is super expensive in Cambodia. If you run the AC all the time, you might as well be paying. You might as well be paying, American prices. And I have no intention of moving to Cambodia to live like an American. None at all, in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Oh, Nugget's handsome, Nay. She called you handsome, buddy. You think I? You think it'll take me 2 years to get to that level? Oh, we got a love connection forming in the chat. um, I don't know. You might be right about the 2 years, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I feel like I've got a pretty good, I don't know, a pretty good basis for dealing with the heat. I'm a welder. I've spent a lot of hot Southeast Missouri summers, in out in the heat working. Um, yeah, yeah, asking people, locals. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a hotel room for the first month, and after that, I'll start looking around and talking to locals about getting good deals on places to rent. There's a few places I'm looking at from online. They're they're basically new, freshly built condos and apartments and bungalows. But I want to get on the ground to actually see them before I pull the trigger on anything. Meet the landlord, things like that. And wherever I go, I want to add. I don't know what the policy is in most rental places in Asia, but like I want to add things to the house regardless of the level, like reflective membranes onto the glass that kind of reflect the sun. There, it's more or less like tint, but I don't know if place, if they would allow, if I took, if even if I did it at a pocket. I think that would help with the sun beating into the house. Oh, you'll be home 2 years later. I got you. Yeah, you'll be waiting for a while, Nug. You can go now, and then you have to wait 2 years for her to come home from her work. But you can go ahead and go ahead of her and go to her house and take care of all her kitty cats until she gets back. These are her children, so you have to take really good care of them. All right, man. Thank you. Enjoy your lunch. I appreciate your support, buddy. And like I said, I'm gonna put some way to contact subscribers out on the channel so we can definitely stay in touch. I'll definitely pick your brain. Yeah, take care, Bo. Ingat ka. All right, guys. That's gonna about wrap it up for me. I think I'm gonna go get some rest. I haven't slept at home since I've been back from the convention. I've slept down here working on YouTube. So I'm gonna go crawl in my bed and get a good night's sleep. Uh, if you see Miss Rudy, Nug, tell her I said hi. If I'm asleep before I catch her on, yeah, I will, Mom. It's overdue. I need some serious sleep. I may take something to actually put me down for the evening. Some Tylenol PMs or something. But I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out, and staying consistent with coming and hanging out in the chats with me. It's really good to practice. I've watched some of the bigger channels having hundreds and thousands of subscribers in their chats. I have no idea how they manage. Um, I'm doing well to handle the you guys in here. I don't know. I may have to use that slow mo thing if the channel gets very much bigger. That way I can keep up with it all. But I appreciate it, y'all. Have a good one. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.